Good morning. We're holding now Shelach Ois Tes. Based on this explanation, it will be very sweet the difference between the shiurim and mitzvahs chala. Azevi avodah zara is osur b'mashu, azay is eich in the sinas chala mitzad atzman itokin shir oich hamashu b'kamas is genug. So just like when somebody serves avodah zara, the prohibition is even the slightest, so too, giving a the challah mitzad itself, also a person is yotza with a mashu. On the other hand, Azebi avodah zara hat sich angeheben und euch dennoch verbunden mit Shemesh, Reach, Pesel, Chuli, Akaponim, Sakal Vavena, Vishlach V'lo, Azei euch bei mitzvahs challah is chachamim nosnu shir euch bekamus. So, just like on the other hand, just like avodah zara starts all, it's connected with the person serves the sun and the moon and the statues. So to mitzvahs challah, the chachamim gave a share. Now, what does that mean? There's burden in them. The explanation is as follows: Mitzad etzem hanefesh inyan ha'amuna is the issue for avodah zara b'mashu. That says, as in der amuna tornit kein shum tfisas mokem eif amatzias chutz dem ebershten afilu bedakas to dakas. So, from the perspective of the essence of the soul, a person's amuna, a person's faith, the isser of avodah zara has no minimal measure. This means that a person's faith cannot tolerate any existence outside of Hashem, even in a subtle manner. The Ribber is oich azoi in tzadachiyuv, and therefore the same applies in a positive way. Oich the mitzvahs challah, the nikuda ha'amuna hat nit kein shir. Das says, es hat nit kein shir bekamas. Es is aber challah ashir chshivus be'echos. The nikudas ha'amuna mitzad etzman hasham is be'echos nit mugbal in kein hagbala. So, regarding challah, the essential faith has no amount, meaning it has no in a quantitative measurement. Now, however, it's challah possessing a qualitative measurements of importance. The core of a person's faith, on account of his soul, is qualitatively unbounded by any boundaries. Avol, what does that mean? Chachamim nasnu shir. However, the Chacham did specify an amount. Vies kommt darauf in Chochma. V'seichel shebenefesh, how the neshama descends and clothes itself in the soul's wisdom. Chachamim punkt wie avodah zara hat ashir mesuyim a wiffel. Sein Tois is in der mitzvahs avodah zara. Azay darf euch mitzvahs challah bitul und stille von avodah zara. Wie es kommt darauf euch b'seichel adam haben atfisas b'shir b'siyum. So when we say the challah, the Chacham did give a share, so that means that regarding how this faith comes and clothes itself in the wisdom, the Chachamim, what does that mean? Just as avodah zara has various measures as to a person's mistaken belief in it, the same applies to challah. In other words, the bittul and the negation of avodah zara in the person's intellect must possess a specific measure. We bow that inyan avodah zara was mitzvahs challah kum pavarnin. May nit nur avodah zara kapshude chas v'shalom kanal nor das was b'machshavte can sein bedaklus at visses mokem for the darchat teva was to live sein Eingewohnkeit in ze ken ermeinen as ze sein sibas parnasase. The Ribber is in them nitod der chilik zwischen anachtem und abalabos kidlakaman. Now, as mentioned before, that this notion of avodah zara that challah is intended to prevent doesn't apply to only avodah zara mamish, but it also applies in the possibility that in a person's mind it is not absolutely inconceivable. The natural law is so important, and due to his familiarity with these natural forces, he might imagine that they are responsible for his parnasa. Therefore, in this respect, there's a distinction between a baker and a balabas, as explained. Okay, Yud. This is before in Chassidus explains as a bal esek zet hashkacha pratis mervia yeshiv. So Chassidus says that a person, a layperson, he perceives hashkacha pratis more frequently than a Talmud Chacham, than the person who sits and learns. A bal esek darf ton verschiedene pulis zu verdienen von dem esek. So a businessman is involved in many businesses activities. He's buying and selling. and he has to do different things. Kaufen Schreider and Verkaufen, was das alt is handig von Tanayas Man Vamokken, von Lias Hasharim, Yidis Hasharim, who mezet oft begile with the Mesaviv, Hasibis, Shaft, and bringt Atzlach and sein Miskar. So a businessman, he has to buy, he has to sell, the prices fluctuate, and this demonstrates how clearly how the Eibishter makes the person's business successful. The Riber Zeta Balabas, the Balaisik, Ashkach Pratis, oft there on in a mer often im Eifen via Yisrael, was Iker Parnasase is Kitzuva Menamuchen. So when you have like we said, a businessman witnesses Hashkach Pratis more often and more clearly than the Talmud Chacham, whose primary Parnas is regulated, right? Person who's learning or is teaching, he knows he has a set paycheck. This is the difference between a householder and a baker. A balaboste was the Iker Akim from Mrs. Chala hat mehr gegeben, bakt Chala und breit far ihr Haus. So, a homemaker who is the lady who's baking it, so she breaks the bread for her household. Und sie bederach klal is bederach klal nicht azay bekannt mit die Protestseder wie azay von wannen man hat verdient und gekauft the mal holds. Now the lady in the house usually is not familiar with the method and the detail of how flour, wood, and other components are produced. So kommt es schein min amuchen. When she gets flour, she gets it ready. Mele füllt sie nicht upon him if as they feel wie das ist verbunden abhängig von der Hashgacha von der Eibishter. So it's she receives the final prepared ingredients. So she's not so cognizant of how the efforts to produce them are related and depend on Hashgacha Pratis. The Riber darf sie geben aggressive Shir Aleph Mechav Daled, warum bei ihr fordert sich aggressive aber nicht zu vergessen as das als kommt from the Eibishter. So that says something very profound over here. She has to give a larger measurement, like 4%, since she needs a greater reminder not to forget that everything comes from Hashem. What? Exactly, exactly. Very well said. Amunah tax. Yeah. A nachtem over. Now, a baker. Aish was a bal esik, so you have a baker who's in business. Tut es zu lieb Parnasa und an Eifen was es verbunden mit Käufen und Verkäufen und alle andere drei Mischkach-Kanal. So zette darin mehr dem Inyan von Hashgacha Pratis. Also der Eibishter schickt ihm zu sein Parnasa. Der Riber ist bei ihm maspik a kleiner Schir Aleph Mem Ches, weil euch der Schir verhit ihm von dem Tois. As does so the baker, like we said, whose livelihood is including buying and selling and other business elements, so he sees a greater degree of Hashgacha Pratis. Hashem provides with him Parnasa. Therefore, for him, it's enough to give just 2%. The smaller measurement is enough to ensure that he does not make a mistake thinking that the Parnasa also comes from his Pola. Durch Kimitzes Chala is men Sichos soll sein Lohaniach Bracha al Bisecha. Und bringt rein dem Eibishter's Brach in alle in Yoni Habayis, as es nicker wie alle in Yoni Habayis waren geführt wie der Eibishter will. Und demalt ist euch da die Bracha Kipshutei in Kol Yoni Habayis with Bonei Chaim Zene Revicha. Now, by observing the mitzvah of Chala, we will merit that Hashem will make the bracha rest upon our house. We will bring the bracha into all the elements of our home, and we will be clear how they are aligned with Hashem's will. Then we will merit to be showered with the tangible bracha in all matters, with children, good health, livelihood, and in all abundance. All right, have a good Shabbos.